On this week's episode of Shit Here, we have an SMC Laguna. Dated July of 1997. This is pretty much the very last iteration of the Laguna before it was axed in the United States. Yeah, it lasted a little longer in Canada because Canada loves their crap, but in the US, 1997 was the final year. Or at least I'm 95% sure of that being the case. Okay, so, coincidentally enough, 1997 was also the final year, or the year in which Kmart de-electrified their fan displays. Yeah, at one point they used to run, and then they de-electrified them, and then in the mid-2000s, all gone. Actually, yeah, mid to late 2000s, they started getting rid of their displays entirely. But anyway, back to the fan. This, again, final iteration of the Laguna. It's a piece of crap, basically. I mean, the blades are stupid thin, stupid narrow. The motor is very, very, very small. It uses the same canopy as the Hampton Bay Graton, some of which actually did sneak into Kmart's. They weren't just sold as Hampton Bays. Okay. I mean, this thing, it's the chintziest. It was basically the cheapest, chintziest 36-inch fan you could get in the late 90s. I mean, it's a toy, basically. But really, let's see how this toy performs. I mean, it's no secret that SMC had been, how do we say it, had been getting worse over the years. You know, in 1978, they changed from cast iron to stamped steel, and every year since then, they'd make constant revisions, you know. And they'd be getting crappier and crappier and crappier. You know. Their quality fell like a rock, in other words. Just a gradual decline. So on low speed, I feel a slight breeze. Just ever so slight. And like most SMCs of this era, it has a bit of hum to it, a bit of buzz. Doesn't help that the hanger ball that came with this fan when I got it is metal, so that just makes it worse. Let's go medium. Every time I move the fan, it just vibrates to the ceiling. On medium, I'm feeling a little bit more of a breeze. Just a little more. It's still completely pittable. But yeah, a little more of a breeze. Basically, this is one of those fans where the blades are spinning, but you're not feeling anything. It's just a decoration, in other words. It's not really meant to be functional. Now, the old Lagunas, the old 36-inch Lagunas, the old KB36, right, from the early 80s, now that thing screamed. And it had wider blades, much higher RPM, probably slightly steeper blade pitch, although being a Laguna, it worked more off of speed than pitch anyway, but ugh. This thing is just... Oh, God. Let's get a high. Stop humming. Screw it. It's gonna keep humming. Now, if it had a proper plastic hanger ball, it wouldn't hum like this. I mean, it's on high speed, and I barely feel anything under it. The blade pitch is probably something like 8 degrees. If that. I mean... Now you're probably wondering, why the hell do I have it? I got this thing out of morbid curiosity at one of the last Fanimation meets. It was dirt cheap, and I was like, okay. It was small, so I figured it would fit in the car easily enough. If you went to that summer meet in 2019, you saw me with quite the predicament on my hands. But anyway, this thing, it's one of the worst 36-inch spinners I've ever encountered. I mean, those bottom mount things from Encon and all those other little brands are better than this. I mean, this thing had to have been $20 new. Maybe $15. I mean, it's a pitiful, pathetic excuse for a fan. It really is. But this was the end of the line for the Laguna, so... Being as it is, I figured get one just for kicks and giggles and see how terrible it really is, and it's bad. But if you like it, you like it. So, there you have it. The very last and quite possibly the worst SMC Laguna 36-inch that they ever made.